Hello! Hi everybody out there in Facebook world.
Move it closer.
I was trying to adjust this so you can't see Scott's hairy legs, but...
I'm wearing shorts.
Oh no, God forbid he's wearing shorts. And we're
better.
live. Okay, let's see. Is that good? Okay,
really
he's
close.
gotta be close. Okay. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us.
I'm going to share this.
Oh, Scott's gonna share this on his Facebook really
so
quick.
that way we get more people.
Okay, so... Pull this down a little bit. My
There we
legs
go.
a little.
We're
okay.
still adjusting our technical
We're getting there,
capabilities.
guys.
We have a new thing. I probably should have put it lower.
No, that's okay. We're good.
Now with the up angle, it looks like I have a tan because I have a nicely trimmed beard.
All right, so we're gonna get started. So we wanted to do another couples related video because the one that we did a few weeks ago really spurred a lot of discussion and it was kind of a great success, I'd say.
I think it was good. Yeah, we should have done one more than just a... I mean, that was a while ago.
It was a while ago. But
we're supposed to do it like every other week. So
Yes.
we're going to try that from now on. Maybe every 3 weeks.
Yeah,
We'll
something
try.
like that. We'll let you know.
We'll try.
But today we want to talk to you about something that has been a big deal, I guess you could say, in our relationship and something that we're continually working on and something that we've actually started to get pretty good at. So,
Communication?
Communication.
Communication.
That's what it is.
What did you call this? What was it?
I said avoid this communication trap.
Ah, yes. Don't fall into the trap.
Yes, don't fall into the trap.
Guys.
Yes.
Sometimes girls.
And girls too.
But mostly guys.
Yes.
Because, you know, it's usually our fault. We're usually wrong.
I mean...
Lately, I've been on a good streak, though.
Yeah, Scott's been on a good streak.
Okay.
But we'll tell you what this communication trap is. So we all do this so often, and sometimes we don't even realize we're doing it. But it has to do with managing your expectations.
That's right.
Okay? Managing your expectations.
This could apply anywhere, not just in a couple's relationship. At work,
Yes.
with friends.
Exactly.
It's a big deal.
It is a big deal. And because a lot of times we place our expectations on people and we don't tell them, right? How many times have I done that to you?
Probably more than I can count.
A lot.
Yeah.
And I don't do it on purpose. I'm not doing it to be mean.
And a lot of times I don't live up to the expectation.
Not that he's not wonderful, but sometimes it's just hard if you don't know what the expectation is, right? And this is where a lot of conflicts and things like that can happen with couples because I have an expectation, I didn't communicate it to you, now you didn't meet that expectation, so now I'm upset. And then, you know, down and down we go in the spiral, right? So we're going to talk to you a little bit about managing expectations today and how it's helped us, how it can help you, and we're going to tell you a little story, okay?
It's not a good story.
I know. Is it okay? Can I tell it?
Are we going to start with the story?
Can we start with the story?
Well, basically, like Stephanie said, the basic theme that we're going for is making your partner, whether that is your spouse, your friend, your coworker, aware of what you're expecting. Clear communication, letting them know, hey, this is what I think
should happen.
I want you to do, or what you need to do for me, because that can be as simple as you came home from work, you were hoping, could be another word for expectation, that whoever you live with, your roommate, was going to do the dishes. You get there, the dishes aren't done, and now you're ticked off because you just got home and the dishes aren't done. But if you stop and think about it, did you ever tell them that you were hoping you were going to do the dishes? No. So
did you ever communicate that?
Yes.
So we're going to give
here's
you...
one of our stories. And
it's kind of a funny story, but...
Yeah, no.
It's funny to me. Okay, just let me tell it because it's funny the way I tell it.
I'll let you tell it.
But it's a real story.
I'll correct you when you make an error.
No, how about after the story you can make your edits?
Okay. While you're telling the story, I'm going to try and get on here and share this because
All right,
I think
so
Facebook's being weird.
Scott's
I think that's
not
why there's
like
nobody here.
trying to not pay attention to you, but he's trying to share this video on his Facebook. Okay, so I'm going to tell you the story. So a few years ago, we were at a Super Bowl party, and
this is the one where it snowed really bad
yes,
here.
this was so we're in Chicagoland, and this was a couple years ago when we had a really bad snowstorm, like the day of the Super Bowl or the day before, whatever. So there's a lot of snow everywhere. Okay,
It was on that day.
yeah, it was on that day. There was a really bad snow. So we're at the Super Bowl party, and you know we're hanging out, whatever. Now the evening's winding down. The game is over. And there's a lot of snow on the ground, like I mentioned. So
we almost didn't go because it was really bad.
Yeah, we almost didn't go because the snow was that bad. So, so tons of snow on the ground, and so Scott, being the amazing, loving husband that he is, he volunteered to go walk through the snow because we had to park a few blocks away.
Cold.
This was in Chicago. It was super cold that night. He volunteers to go get the car, start the car, bring it over to me, clean it off so that I don't have to walk in the snow. Really nice, right? So
Thanks, Scott, for sharing our video.
Thanks for sharing the video. So, so he goes to get the car, and he kind of said he was going to go get the car, and I was like, okay, great. And this might sound like this is going to work out really well, right? This is a really simple situation.
A nice thing. It's cold. I'm going to come pick her up. No big deal.
So we're thinking this is going to be a nice thing. What could go wrong?
Say what your expectation was, and then I'll say what my expectation was.
Yes. Okay. So my expectation in this situation, right? This seems so simple, but this kind of crap happens all the time, right? In relationships. So I assumed since he was going to go.
Yeah. You thought it was simple.
I know. So I assumed when he was going to go get the car that because like he had to walk a little bit and he had to clean it off, like let it heat up and all this stuff, that he was going to call or text me when he arrived in front of the apartment building so that I would know, okay, he's here and I'll go down to the car. So because I wasn't going to get the car, of course I was standing there chit-chatting with my girlfriend, like yucking it up after the Super Bowl and totally not paying attention. So after a while, like a good chunk of time goes by. Yeah, like 20 minutes. And I'm like, where the hell did he go? Yeah, it might have been longer than 20 minutes. It was really too long for going to get the car. That was only a few blocks away. So I'm standing there and I'm like, where the heck is he? And then did I call you or did you end up coming up?
I think you called me and you're like, where are you?
Yeah, I called him and I'm like, what is going on? Where are you? Like, aren't you done cleaning off the car by now? And he's like, yeah, I've been sitting out here in the street waiting for you.
Like 20 minutes.
For like 20 minutes. And then I'm like, you fool. I'm sorry. That was what I was thinking at the time. He's not a fool.
That's
but I was
PG
thinking,
version.
Yeah, that was the PG version. You fool. Like, you've been sitting out there for 20 minutes waiting for me. Why didn't you call or text or something to let me know you were here? Like, I obviously wasn't coming out. So why didn't you call me? So then, of course, I'm irritated at him and he's kind of irritated at me for taking so long, right? And
here was my expectation,
this is Scott's expectation.
And my side of the story. So when you leave and you say, hey, I'm going to go get the car, you know, I'll go clean it off, come back and pick you up. I assumed that by communicating just that message, that what she was going to do was shortly thereafter, when I left, put her boots on, put her coat on, and kind of be ready because within the next 5 to 7 minutes, I'll probably be coming around and come and pick you up. Well, lo and behold, I went and got the car, got it warmed up, cleaned it off, pulled it up in front of the apartment building, the place that we were at, found a spot, miraculously, that was like clear of snow, I think, that somebody had pulled out, and I'm sitting there in the car waiting. I'm waiting for Stephanie to come out, and I'm like, where the heck is she? Sitting there waiting, thinking that maybe she was at least, if not bundled up, poking her nose out the window to see if I was there, and she wasn't there. So then she calls me and was like, what the heck is wrong with you? Why didn't you call me?
Okay, I didn't just say what the heck is wrong with you right away.
You did, after I said, where the heck are you?
Okay. Maybe I did.
Yeah. So, miscommunication. She's assuming that I'm going to call her, text her, or at least come back up and pick her up. I'm assuming that she's kind of getting ready to leave because it was like, hey, we had already said goodbye to everybody. We're going to leave. I'm just going to go get the car. She doesn't come out. So then we start fighting.
Yeah. So then we said our goodbyes, right? So not in front of everybody.
No, I was in the car. I didn't go back in.
Yeah, no. He didn't go back in.
I was mad because I'm sitting in the car freezing my butt off for like 20 minutes and you're MIA.
Right.
Not even thinking, just pick up the phone and
call,
he
was just
which
waiting
would
for
have
me
been
to
a
come
simple
out.
thing. I mean, guys, notice how often we're the fool.
Well, in this situation, maybe a little. So of course,
it would have helped.
Of course, I'm biased to my point of view in the situation, and we joke around still how agree to disagree, basically. Oh no, we don't have video only mode. Okay, no. So we're basically like
it doesn't show.
Agree to disagree. That's okay. So yeah, so we ended up fighting like basically the whole car ride home. Like we were both so salty about the situation.
Screaming at each other.
Not screaming.
I mean, we don't yell at each other, but
raising our voices.
We were aggravated.
Yeah, and I think too, it was late. We were cold. We were tired, and then
through the snow.
Yeah, we had a miscommunication, right? So this is basically just a recipe for disaster. So we're basically fighting the whole way home, and then finally we just had to get to the point where we never really came to resolution. We just kind of had to like say, okay, that was what you thought. This is what I thought. Agree to disagree. But the point I think that we want to hit home here is that even something so simple, like picking someone up. I'm not saying you have to write out kindergarten directions for your significant other every single time you want to do or accomplish something. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is there are times when even though something seems really simple.
Hey, Anthony.
Hey, Anthony, thanks for joining. Even when something seems really simple, you need to give all the details that you personally think are pertinent for the other person to know. Had I just asked him, rather than assuming, right? What happens when you assume, boys and girls?
I never heard this before. You told me the other day.
Oh my God, he never heard this before, I guess, the other day. What happens when you assume? You make an ass out of you and me. Oh my God, it's crazy. Okay, no.
I was totally mocking you.
I know. I'm a dork. But yeah, that's...
I never heard that before. Maybe I don't assume that much, so I try not to, so.
Yeah, but that's truly kind of what happened. I mean, that's why that little, what would you call it, phrase, or, I don't know. I'm blanking on the word right now. Saying, that's why it exists. Because when you assume, you do make an ass out of you and that other person. Like, it's hard to manage those expectations all the time and know what the other person wants. So if I had just simply said before he went to get the car, hey, I'm chatting with my friend, so when you get in front of the apartment, can you just text me or call me? Then he would have known, right? I assumed that he knew to do that. No.
On the other hand, had I just said, hey, I'm going to run and go get the car, just make sure you got your stuff ready, and when you see me pull up, let's go. Because I said my goodbyes. I wasn't going to come back up. You know, I was going to be covered in snow again because I had to clean out the car and everything like that. But it's like those simple, teeny tiny communication connections, I guess is one way to put it, where you're relaying the information that you have inside of your head because nobody's a mind reader, and you're just saying, look, this is what I'm thinking should happen, or what I would think if I follow my rule, like my process of doing things, will happen. And if that person has no idea, they're going to do things the way that they're going to do things. I mean, that's what a relationship is. It's finding that middle ground. It's working together to accomplish the same goals, the same task. As simple as getting picked up in the car after a snowstorm.
Yes.
You know, or like I said before, doing the dishes. So
that's another good example. So I think kind of the message, we don't want to go too terribly long today.
Yes.
Let's see. Anthony says it's also hard to express emotion through text. Yeah, totally.
Sometimes you can sound like a sassy biatch.
Not me.
No, never.
How dare you, sir?
The queen of punctuation over here.
How
period.
Dare you?
I will not be coming out. Period.
I am never sassy. He is lying. Okay, no, I'm lying. I'm sassy sometimes. But yeah, that's the thing. Like, that you want to avoid these situations. Yeah, it happens. It happens, right? So I think our point for tonight, kind of our theme, if we can give you
more people.
We can give you a big takeaway. I know we're about to get off now because it's been like a long time.
About 10-12 minutes.
Yeah, we just don't want to take your whole night up, but now people are finally joining live. But that's okay.
I think something was wrong with Facebook. I couldn't get on. I couldn't.
You know what?
So if there was an error with Facebook, hopefully you watched the beginning of this.
Yeah.
We have a lot of good, little things in the beginning, but today we kind of winged it. Is that a word?
Yeah, we winged it.
Winged it. We have a journal, a notebook. Okay, Stephanie has about 30 notebooks that look exactly the same.
I like notebooks.
Where is it?
Oh my God, don't show...
Don't ever buy her a notebook that looks like this because she has about 12 of them and she can't tell the difference between any of them. So when we're looking for the notes that we made a few weeks ago, we're like, hey, we should do couples calls. Let's come up with some ideas. Hey, where's that notebook? Found one. Nope, not this one. So today we kind of went on the fly. We do have some more future ideas.
We do.
But
wait, can we summarize?
Oh, sorry, we're summarizing. I get carried away. I get excited when people go
We had people join us late.
I feel like I need to
I know. So we need to summarize for the people that joined us late. Okay. So the communication trap that we talked about in the beginning, we gave our personal story about avoiding, is managing your expectations and expressing your expectations to your partner, as rudimentary or silly as it may seem. And here's a clue. Here's a clue for you guys. If you ever think to yourself, oh, I don't need to explain that. They know that.
Do it.
Explain it. That's the perfect time to explain it.
Male-female relationships, coworker, friend. Guys, 9 out of 10 times, guys, we're on the same wavelength, Like when I'm going out with a buddy, hey, we're meeting at this time. We know kind of what we're going to do. We know what's going to happen. We know what to expect. When we're doing something as simple as maybe finishing the laundry or, setting a time to work on, I don't know, we always
our brains just don't work the same.
It's a guy-girl thing. Like, what's the name of that guy with the boxes? We're going to talk about that one time.
Yeah.
Men's brains versus women's brains. There's this awesome video out there. I can't think of what it's called. But we're going to talk about that because guys, very simple, compartmental. we pull something out, we talk about it, we put it away.
Women's
are
like,
kind of like all over the place.
Yeah.
So that's one of the reasons why clear communication and just explaining the simple things of what you are hoping would happen. That's one of them. Mars and Venus.
Oh, yeah.
One of them. What's another one? It's this Dr. Mark Harmon, something like that.
Yeah, it's like a comedy sketch and a
the,
psychology thing.
He wrote a couple of books, but that's one of the reasons why we don't always line up. And just by taking the extra time,
just a few seconds,
to say, hey, I'm going to run a couple errands. You can chill here, you know, and play Mario Kart, whatever you're doing. But if you could just, you know, take a minute to do the dishes, to just fold that laundry that's been sitting over there. Not only will you be doing something for your spouse, because this is a couples thing that we're doing, but you'll also take that pressure and take that stress off from later where they're like, well, why the heck didn't you do what I was hoping you were going to do?
Right. And again, like Scott said earlier, you can either replace the word expect with hope.
Yes.
A lot of times what you hope someone will do or what you expect them to do, kind of in a marriage we found.
It's on you.
It can
it's
be
not
the
on
same
me.
thing. Right. But
that's your
my
expectation.
hope and my expectation, my job as his partner is to express that. If I'm not expressing that, then I can't expect something in return. I can't expect him to read my mind and do what I hope he's going to do. You have to make it clear. So even
sometimes it happens on its own, where you'll just do something and you're like, oh, I'm so glad that they did that.
Right. But we're talking specifically about the ones that cause conflict,
yes.
which is when you're not
because it's such an easy thing to get an argument.
It is. It's so silly.
So easy.
It's so silly. So that's our tip for you today. Don't fall into the trap of expecting or just hoping your significant other does something. Tell them what you want from them. Tell them what you're hoping for. And at least if nothing else, even if they told you no, if nothing else, you were clear, right? You were clear about what you needed, what you wanted, what you were hoping for.
It's kind of like, what is that thing, setting yourself up for success?
Yes. Set yourself up for
each other up.
Relationship success. Exactly. So don't fall into the trap. Don't make an ass out of you and me by assuming, okay? You and me or you and me? I don't know. Don't make an ass out of anyone, okay? And communicate clearly your expectations and you'll have a happier marriage.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think that's it for tonight. We went over our time that we had originally allotted.
It's okay. We're not too bad.
I know. We're not too bad. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for joining us.
We'll see you again in a couple of weeks.
And
maybe
if you
next
want
Thursday. No, maybe the Thursday after. We're gonna try for Thursday night, 7 o'clock. We'll definitely promo it a little bit better. We weren't sure if we were gonna make it tonight because we had some other things going on.
Okay, and if you want more tips like this, guys,
check out our website.
I wrote an ebook. It's called Breaking Free, a no-nonsense guide to crushing negativity and living life on your terms. Now,
I helped with the title.
Scott helped with that title, but also in that ebook, I have a whole section on relationships, and I specifically talk about marriage and the things, that we've learned in our relationship. So if you want more great info like this, and you want it right in front of you, and even the opportunity to journal a little bit about what you're thinking or things you might want to try, please go to StephaniePodger.com. I will go ahead and post a link in the comments below. Hey, Erica joining us at the end here. I will post a link in the comments below so you guys have access to the ebook, and I hope if you get it that you love it, enjoy it. Tell us what you thought of this video. If you liked it, please share the video, comment.
Check out Stephanie's website. If you're not a reader, we're looking into Audible book. Ooh. We're also going to be turning that book into an e-course.
It's going to be an e-course. For those of you who don't want to read.
Unfortunately, I won't be in the videos. I know, because my
maybe he'll make a cameo.
Awesome
He'll make a cameo. Okay, let's see. Good seeing you too, Anthony. I'm in the toilet and watching.
Eric, everybody can see that.
Sorry.
Everybody can see that comment.
Everybody sees your comment now.
Everybody knows you're pooping.
That's what happens. That's what most people are on Facebook. I'm sure probably at least half the people watching are pooping.
And playing Angry Birds.
And playing Angry Birds or something like that.
All
okay.
Right.
Okay.
Cool.
We're going to let you guys go. Have a great night.
See you in a couple weeks. About 2 weeks.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.